Children's literature is a powerful tool because it allows children to talk about feelings and emotions when they're not necessarily feeling them. When teachers can identify a children's book that deals with a situation or a sticky situation or a problem in the classroom, something that would typically happen that these children could have experience with, like sharing a toy or having to wait their turn, it's not a charged issue for the children at that moment, so they can engage in conversation. It depersonalizes the issue. It doesn't make it about them, about who's having an issue or whose turn it is or who's at fault, but it just is about the emotion or the feeling.
When I want to say something mean or yell or hit, there are other things that I can do.
Another very important characteristic of children's literature that's most effective to use with children in talking about and labeling, understanding emotions, are books that actually identify themes that children of that age group experience. A good example is a book called When Sophie Gets Angry, Really, Really Angry. And when Sophie gets angry, she gets angry because she has to share a toy with her little sibling. To make matters worse, when her mother says she needs to share the toy, she turns around and trips on a truck that's there. So we start out before reading a story and do these pre-reading. What do you think the story is going to be about? And Sophie gets angry, really, really angry. What do you think are some things that could make Sophie angry? So this allows children to talk about what things happen in their lives that make them angry.
Ballet makes me angry.
Ballet makes you angry?
Yeah.
Why does it make you angry?
Because
sometimes maybe you can't do everything that the other kids can do?
yeah, I can't walk.
You
It's
can't.
too harder.
Oh, it's too hard to walk? Is it on the balance beam?
No.
Oh, to rock.
And then post-reading, it becomes really important for children to have opportunities to talk about text, to talk about how they connected to the text, what their experiences are in relation to the characters' experiences. It's really important during that time to ask children a lot of open-ended questions about how they connected to the character or the theme, the problem, and the resolution to the problem in this particular story. We can ask them things like, if you were the character, what would you do differently?
What do you think would make you feel better when you're angry?
Well, if I was angry, I would just run so much that I would get tired.
You would run a lot so that you would get tired? That's a good idea.
During that time, we could do things like use chart paper to write down all the ways that they would handle a similar situation, and we could post that around the room, and we could refer to that at later times when there are things that come up in the classroom.